Right, we got this in this week. Friend of the company, Steve Chivers, had it a while now, but it's had a little few rust bubbles and rust issues coming through, so I'll just sort of go around it a bit quickly for you. So worst thing is you have water coming in, which don't they all, so obviously we've run it back in holes, all the gutters are worn out, so we've ordered the new roof section and the support section underneath, so that's got to be done. I think this side's pretty good actually. It's nice I'll go, but we're going to change a few things. So we've got to fill these holes in. That's going, which is good. It don't really suit it. That's going. Fill the 2 holes in. So that's the issue we got with the roof, which has been letting water in. And Steve's got a set of Safaris we need to put in it as well. But the rear wheel arch, sort of quarter panel, was blown out. What you could notice was when you look down the van, this panel wasn't level, so it always kicked out. You can't really see it on there, no. So we've had a bit of a dig out, and I think what they've done is they've pulled this door pillar in too much. So I'm going to try and pull that out in a minute and see if we can't level that up, because I think that's what they've done. I mean, you can see sort of there, if I put that, there's a little slight gap there, so this all needs popping back out. So we're going to get that out. I've cut that out, that was absolutely rusted out. Edges is all gone, so I've made some little panels up to go in. That goes back in there, under there in a minute. Just stick that in there for there. So I've made that one up. New one of them, and then obviously we've ordered the rear panel. So I'm going to try and then I'll joggle it in, because this is quite good. This one actually, it's not been put in brilliantly, but other than that, we're right up here. And Steve sort of don't want to spend an absolute fortune on it, so we put the lower one in. It's got an outrigger gone, I've noticed, on that side, which we've got to do. That's that. And then we've got the roof. You don't like the roof colour, so the roof colour is going to go in the cream to match the van. Boot lid's going in cream, and then I think we're on about going on through with these, if I can remember rightly. I've got it all wrote down somewhere. New rear bumper, and that's sort of probably about it really for now, but I will keep you informed on this one, because this is sort of a nice little project really. They're lovely old things, I must admit. It drives beautiful, this van. So yeah, so I'll keep you up to date with this one as we go along with it. We've got plenty in at the moment, as you can see. We've got Savage Cortina, which is Cliff, so I've got that being, I've stripped all the, obviously, engine, everything out. Got to do a steering rack conversion, which we've sort of done now, worked that out. We've got to get rid of all this shit welding that's been done in there. Sorry about the language. So I had a load of that, so we cut all that out down in there, all the same. That'll all be cut out and done, but I've bare metaled it, I've paint stripped it, got it bare metal, so that's sort of... Right, so what we mentioned before, rear wheel arch, so that's in now. So we've got the rear wheel arch in, that's all put in, done that, no problem at all. We had to do an outrigger as well, which we've done, they're all done, so that wasn't very nice, but that's all good now. So now we come to the major part, which we've got to cut the roof out. So I've stripped out the windows and blah, blah, blah. I think Steve's put in Safaris back in it anyway, because it's had Safaris at some point. So I think we're going to do that with it. So I stripped all the interior out. I've sort of masked up roughly what I want to do in the cut. To start with, I don't want to cut too much back, because I like to keep as much as originality if we can, which is all good there. So we will cut that section out first. This is what we're on about, and it's always let water in. But it did have a Cyclops light on it, you know, the Chevy lights they put on the roofs. So I wonder whether, you can see where the holes are if you look in from inside. I think they've not been filled or welded up correctly, and I reckon a lot of that has run down and caused a bit of this. But so yeah, so we're all masked up, covered up. We're going to get cutting in a minute and see how we get on. That went as bad as I thought. So that's the outer skin done. I'm going to get up on my little steps. And this is what we're dealing with. So it's actually not inside the cab, it's actually just this is rotted out, and I think where that light had been, which I'll show you on that panel I've cut out, there was hadn't been welded up, so I think the water's dropped in here, as you can see, by this, and then just grotted itself into there. And that ain't actually that bad. I've seen worse than this. So as you can see by the grot in there, it's not too good, is it? So next thing to do, what I'm going to do is cut this lip off. Then we'll have a look in getting this panel off, because we've got the new panel, which I will show you right now on my bench. So that's the new panel, all ready to go. Alright, so that's what we've got to get in. So let's get grinding. Right, so I've cut the panel out, got the actual panel out we needed, which is the one underneath, which is this one. Goes in from inside, obviously. So yeah, so I've re-drilled all the spots out, got it all out. Problem is, this top of this frame is rusty, so I've cut that back, so I'm gonna have to fabricate now a new panel, just a little section to go cap that off. So obviously that fits flat now. I haven't cut this up yet or anything. I'll have to square this up in a minute, but I need a flat panel on there for this, obviously, to sit flat on, flush on. I need to just clean them up a little bit more then, and that panel comes in from behind, and then we spot weld it all in. So that is where we're at the mo. So it's quite a lot of work in it, really. You don't realise just for that front panel, and I do believe it's probably just because of that little light that was on here. It was never sealed up properly, and when they took it off, they've welded the holes in it. Well, tried to weld the holes up, and there was still water coming in. So I think that's where the water's come through, sat in all the bottom of here, and rotted all that lot out. So this is what you get. This is what happens to get that section in, would you believe? I think if you weren't doing it properly, shouldn't say that, I think you might have got away with that. You might have got away with that panel by just sort of patching it up a little bit, but I mean, what we do here is this. There's no point really doing stuff like that. I can't understand it, because you'll be back to it in a couple of years with it coming back through. So I think you can do it properly. So that's where we are at the moment. Right, so put all the new top one in. Done what I needed to be doing. There's a few little bits I just got to tidy up in a minute. Joggled the rear edge so the new skin will fit on absolutely perfect. That is a Noble product which we put on, which is good for rust. I'm going to get the sealer out now and just seal all what I need to seal over the spot welds, so it makes it all nice and tight and watertight, I meant. And then I'm going to take the van over to the other workshop, because we haven't got the 3-phase over here, and we have the 3-phase spot welders over the other workshop. So I'm going to take it over in a minute, well, later on, put the skin on. I'll show you in a minute. I'll put the skin back on in a minute, and I'm going to run it over there and then just spot weld that in. That's all done. He wanted the 2 holes in the front where the badge is. There's 2 little, looked like they had an aerial on it. They wanted to be done, so we've done them. Wanted the rear Volkswagen badge off the rear tailgate, so I took them off, welded them up. So we're sort of getting on there now, really. We're not too far away now, so hopefully be finished tomorrow in the Metalwork side. Then it's over to the body shop for them to work their special needs they need to do to get it sorted out for them. So that's it with the skin on. As you see, I'll show you in a minute. We joggled the rear edge, so we can just spot weld it all through. We got our new spot welder, which has got the long enough arms to get in there and do that, which just obviously less distortion, makes it all good. I'm going to put some sealer, as I said, over the spot welds under that seal, and then we've got some silicone we have to put on before that all fits on and glues all the holes and everything up. Let me just show you. Oh. So I've joggled this edge, as you can see. This is obviously all welded through, so let me put that in the right place. That will fit all like that. So when we spot weld that, that's all nice and flush, so it just needs a little skimmer filler through the top of that just to make everything cushy. And then the roof will be in this colour, which we said before. The middle of the nose is going to be in cream with no pinstriping, and tailgate's going to be in cream and then we're going to carry on the stripes all the way through. That's where the badge was. I just took that off and then lent on it with the wet paint. So yeah, so we're getting there now, so keep you informed. So we done all what we had to do. I think we did miss a bit out. Well, I think what happened was Andy had done some videoing of him doing the paint work, but I don't know, for some reason we lost it on this memory stick. Well, whether he done it or not, I'm not sure. So this is all done now. So obviously we had a brown roof before, now gone for a cream roof. We finished the stripes off, got rid of the pin striping on the front, which I think looks 100 times better. Wanted the windows fitted, which we fitted. So the roof came out good actually. So in theory we sort of cut back to probably, I think it must have been, where's that inside? Yeah, about there I said. So that's all been renewed, all the front. And then we had to renew that panel underneath, which is that one there, because that had all rotted away. So that was that. Put a rear, where are we? Probably about there, in, because that had all rotted out. Put a outrigger, jacking point outrigger on that side. And then obviously the stripes finished here. I've got to remember this now. Yeah, did they finish there and there? And then that was brown, all brown, which looked completely wrong. So obviously Andy's now gone on through with the stripes. And this didn't have any. No, this had pin striping on here, which you'll see in the obviously the first video. It had pin striping there, which he's now got rid of that, and we've gone to stripey all around the back, which I think looks good. It's lovely, looks really nice. So give it a good clean. Steve bought a new rear bumper, which we've painted. We painted the front bumper. What else have we done? Yeah, we've sort of done quite a lot really. I think he's lacquered like the right way through. Painted the front. I haven't put the wipers on because I think they look horrible with the wipers on, but it's up to Steve if he wants to put them on when he gets at home. I don't like drilling a hole in the front. I think they're better. They're rubbish anyway, aren't they? So the only thing that worries me with Safaris, which everybody knows they do leak. I've had a few of these buses with Safaris. Great kit, but they just never ever do not leak. So yeah, so that's about it now really. So had a good clean. Steve's coming down this afternoon to pick it up. I hope he likes it. Painted the emblem again, just little bits just to make it look all good. And that's it. That'll be it. So you'll see this old go about. I think he's going to change the wheels. He's on about putting just steel wheels, and then on about banding the back wheel, so you've got the same, exactly the same, but just steel wheel, and then maybe do them in cream or brown or whatever he fancies.